both AC and DC here. If you apply AC and DC here, we need to find out the total output current and total output voltage across the drain side. Okay, with respect to AC and DC here. So for that, you take saturation condition for the MOSFET. So when transient saturation mode here, okay, it acts as an amplifier. Okay, when transient saturation mode, it acts as a what here? Amplifier. So you have to consider drain current now for saturation equation. That is half Kn dash the Bragg ratio VGS minus VT whole square. Then you take VDS here, so apply KVL for the drain to supply voltage. Okay, for that you take now VD is equal to VDD minus ID into RD. So next you take total input voltage from the DC and AC here. So wherever VGS is there, substitute the AC and DC input voltage. Then simplify here in the form of A plus B whole square. Okay, first term will get a DC component here, second term will get a AC component, third term will get a non-linear distortion. So you take drawback of the non-linear distortion from the amplifier. Okay, you take the third term and second term here, equate these two here, then VGS you take it outside. So when VGS is outside here, you get almost 2 into VGS minus VT. VGS minus VT nothing but a overdrive voltage. After that, you take drain current equation here, which is ID. It's a total current here from the AC and DC here. So you take now transconduction here, that should be equal to ID divided by VGS. So you take now ID current. Okay, that is drain current here. So that is for the AC component here. Okay, you take AC component for the drain current, that is Kn dash W ratio VGS minus VT into VGS. Then arrange the equation on the form of ID into VGS here, ID divided by VGS. Then you get a GM. If there is GM here, you get a Kn dash W ratio into VGS minus VT. Okay, this is the transconduction equation GM. Understood. After that, you take now input characteristics here. Yeah, VGS versus ID. So VGS they have taken AC and DC here, but you find it in the middle here. We have to consider DC input voltage and DC output. And suppose when there is AC supply here, like triangular waveform here. Okay, if I apply a small signal here, we get a large signal as output here. That is inverted output across the slope of the DC load line. After that, we want to find out the voltage gain for the amplifier. That is AV is equal to output voltage divided by input voltage. Okay, what is output voltage here? The drain voltage, then divided by input voltage. Understood? For that, find out the output voltage, drain voltage according to Ohm's law, then ID into RD. We have to include negative sign because this is the inverting amplifier. So once we include the inverting amplifier for the output voltage, then we get VD is now GM into VGS into RD. Okay, idea nothing but what here GM into VGS into RD. So as up to here, whatever we got the VD equation is minus GM into VGS into RD. Same thing we substitute in the voltage gain equation. Then VGS it will be cancelled here. Okay. Then VGS cancel here. What we got here voltage gain equation 1 minus GM into RD. Minus GM into RD. This is the final equation for the unit. After that, they have taken input and output waveform from the amplifier here. So this one is the input small signal here. For that, you get a large signal as an output for the amplifier. Okay, this one is the inverted output. What you got large signal here across the emitter output here. This is a drain output. That is inverted output. Okay. Next, you take small signal equivalent circuit model. Okay, small signal equivalent model means here we have to write the small signal equivalent model. The main thing is we want to write the equivalent circuit here for the making a analysis here. Understood? So next to take this Ganesh. What is the purpose of writing equivalent circuit here? Ganesh,
Yes, sir.
what is
Yes,
the
sir.
purpose of writing small signal equivalent model?
Infinite resistance.
I know infinite resistance here. What is the purpose of writing equivalent circuit? Why you want to write the equivalent circuit based on the amplifiers?
No, sir.
People have studied network, right? Network circuit, you have to write the equivalent circuit, right? Means we are going to
Yes, sir.
simplify the circuit depending upon our requirement, right? By applying the KVL and KCL. Is it? See here, so purpose of writing equivalent circuit is what here? We want to analyze the input parameter and output parameters. Okay, based on the current, resistor and capacitor. Okay, that's why I have to write the equivalent circuit here. Here gate to source made open circuit here and gate to drain is open circuit because here these two are very small signal here. Gate to source and gate to drain voltage is very small. If there is a small voltage here, the resistance is infinite here. Yes, for that term made open circuit. Next, drain to sources. There is a channel here in between the drain and source. There is a channel here. So the channel there is a current here. Okay, that you have to find out the drain current here. So you take now drain current equation is now Gm into VGS. Suppose if you consider channel resistance here, you want to include R0. Okay, R0 should be parallel with the Gm into VGS here. Okay, R0 that should be parallel with the Gm into VGS for the channel resistance. Okay, there is a difference between the first figure and second figure. See here the written R0 equation. Okay, this one is channel resistance in between the drain and source here. That should be equal to what here? The magnitude of VA divided by ID. Okay, magnitude of VA divided by ID. So what indicates VA here? Power TL.
Sir,
VA stands for what here? Not power.
no, sir.
People are studied in earlier class, right? Early voltage. Okay, VA stands for what here? Early voltage. Okay, means we can apply the input voltage from negative to positive. Okay, that is the meaning of VA. Okay, VA stands for early voltage. So here, channel resistance, it depends on the what here? Early voltage divided by the output current here. Okay, so this early voltage, it depends on what here? Channel length modulation. Okay, inversely proportional to channel length modulation. Okay, so that's why written VA is equal to 1 divided by lambda. Okay, lambda means what here? It's a channel length modulation. You have to remember this one. What is lambda? What is VA? Understood? So VA means what here? It's a early voltage. Okay, that is input voltage. We can start from negative to positive. Okay, based on the channel length. Understood? Here the taken VA is inversely proportional to channel length modulation. Okay, that is 1 divided by lambda. Understood? So next to take voltage gain equation, including channel resistance here. So take now output voltage divided by input voltage, VT divided by VGS here. That should be equal to what here? Minus Gm into total output resistance. Okay. For the output side, total how many resistance are there here from this circuit? See the circuit here. Total how many resistance are there here? Now we are
Yes, sir.
here. Total how many resistance are there for equivalent circuit?
One channel resistance.
Channel resistance, right? Here there is
Yes,
a
sir.
one resistance, there is channel resistance here. But when you come for a circuit diagram here, there is one more resistance here, that is RD. Okay, this is output resistance here. So RD is what here? External resistance. R0 is internal output resistance, the channel resistance here. So these two are connected in parallel form here. So for that, you write the equation in the form of RD should be parallel with R0. Okay, RD should be parallel with R0. Means we are going to find out the total output resistance for the amplifier here. Okay. and multiply by the gain margin. So here we want to find out the transconduction equation. For the transconduction means you have to consider the GM. Okay, meaning of transconduction is what here? Transfer the conduction from power supply to ground. Okay, power supply to ground means we want to consider drain and source terminal. So in between drain and source, there is a channel, right? When there is a channel means we want to consider the mobility of the charge carriers and width of the channel, length of the channel, then multiply by the input voltage and threshold voltage. Okay, that gives the total GM equation. Understood? Remember this equation here. So the transconduction is directly proportional to channel. Okay, so channel means we want to take the charge carriers, mobility of the charge carriers here, then width of the channel, length of the channel, then multiply by the input voltage and threshold voltage. Okay, we want to take difference here, input voltage and threshold voltage. From that, we can make the conduction here, that is in forward bias. So that gives the GM equation. Next, here VGS minus VT. Okay, we want to take the VGS minus VT, nothing but a square root of 2 into ID divided by Kn dash W ratio. Okay, after that, GM equation is now the square root of Kn dash W ratio into ID. So where Kn dash W ratio is nothing but what here? That is 2 into ID divided by VGS minus VT whole square. Understood? Then simplify here, we'll get GM equation is now 2 into ID divided by VGS minus VT. Okay, VGS minus VT nothing but what here? Overdrive voltage, that is VOE. Understood? So this is the final equation for the transconduction. Okay, in exam they will ask for 4 marks here. Okay, suppose they ask for the 4 marks here, you have to write the first this equation, transconduction. Okay, so transconduction means what here? We want to take the channel. Okay, we want to take the channel here. So based on the channel, we want to write the equation. So here, suppose if you consider this one is the channel here. Okay, here you take now drain terminal. Okay, and this one is source terminal. In between drain and source, okay, channel here means red color is the right, that is the channel here. So when the channel means the charge carriers are moving from source to drain. Okay, charge carriers are moving from source to drain here. So for that you can write the mobility of the charge carriers here. Then mobility of the charge carriers. After that, we want to take the offset capacitance. Okay, over the channel there is the offset, right? So for that to take offset capacitance, then it is multiplied by the width of the channel. Okay, we want to consider this width of the channel divided by length of the channel. Okay, multiply by the what here? Input voltage. Okay, K to source, input voltage and threshold voltage. Okay, VGS minus VT. Understood? So that gives the GM equation. After that, we want to take difference in input voltage and threshold voltage. Okay, you are write the input from here. You take curve here, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so y-axis you take drain current here. This is ID here, and this is VGS. Okay, and this is considered VT. Okay, so in VT, what happens here? We want to write the curve here. Okay, we want to write the curve here. That is from after threshold to start increasing current here. This is the increasing current. Okay, the question is what here? We want to take difference input voltage and threshold voltage from here to here. This point we want to take here. So in this point, current is flowing here. The difference in threshold voltage and input voltage, current is start going from minimum to maximum. Okay, in this condition, we want to take square root. Okay, the square root of 2 into output current divided by Kn dash W ratio means output current is directly proportional to what here? Width of the channel, length of the channel, and mobility of the charge carriers. Okay, that is the meaning of this equation here. Understood? That's why written square root here. Square root of 2 into ID divided by Kn dash W ratio. After that, you consider GM now. The square root of K dash W ID here. Substitute here, then simplify here. Then we get the final equation is on Vn is equal to 2 into ID divided by VGS minus VT. So VGS minus VT nothing but what here? Overdrive voltage. Understood? So this is for the 4 marks here. Okay, you write the equation. There is no explanation here. Just you write the 4 equations 1, 2, 3, 4. Understood? So this completes the first model here. So in first model, what are the topics here? What are the different types of biasing? Then small signal operation with BJT biasing. Then different types of MOSFET biasing. Then small signal operation of the MOSFET biasing here. Okay, so this completes the first model. Understood? So is there any doubt in first model here? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Unmute your microphone, then you can ask the question. Vinata?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts are there? About our class 56, right? Question attend ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ class 26, only 26 members. What about others? Huh? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. People don't understand any technical words, even technical meaning of the circuits. Huh? What is your first internal? Huh? Don't know.
1920 ಅಂದ್ರು ಸರ್.
19th. Okay. Then we prepare for the model number 1. Okay, all of you go through the model number 1 here. So I will send the notes now. Okay, complete model number 1 here. We just read the notes here. Okay, notes are little exam barutte. So all of you go through the first model. So any doubts are the class now? Aspia Banu. Aspia Banu.
Yes, sir. Hello.
What? Any doubts are there in first model?
Hello.
Any doubts in first
Sir,
model?
and voice birthday. Hello. No, sir.
Okay, fine. Chandana GP.
No sir.
See, first model, second model, and third model. Okay, first, second, and third model. These are the very difficult topics here. Okay, first model topic, second model topic, third model topic. The remaining 4 and 5 years are very easier. Okay, that we'll discuss in after classes here. Understood? All of you prepare the first model here. Understood? Next, I'll start now model number 2 here. So in model number 2, topics are again that should be related to MOSFET transfer here. Same what we discussed in MOSFET biasing here. Same thing. Have to write the equivalent circuit here. Okay, the small signal operation and large signal operation. Same thing, you write the circuit diagram for the MOSFET amplifier. After that, here we want to discuss about the capacitance. Okay, internal capacitance, internal resistance, then high frequency model, low frequency model, then frequency response of the common source amplifier, common drain amplifier. Then we want to discuss about oscillator circuits. Okay, so this one is very lengthy model here compared to model number 1 here. Okay, so MOSFET means what here? It's a transistor, right? So this transistor itself acts as an amplifier when it is in saturation condition. So when it is in saturation condition here, we want to write the different configurations here. Okay, like common source configuration, common drain configuration, and common gate configuration. Okay, see here, first like given basic diagram here. Okay, this one is the basic diagram of the MOSFET amplifier. Okay, so here is it in a common gate configuration or common source configuration here? So this diagram indicates what here? Is it common gate configuration or common source configuration? Can anyone tell here? All of you see the circuit diagram here. Anant Kumar. Anant Kumar. It's Bhumika. So is it in common source configuration or common gate configuration?
Common gate.
Why it is common gate?
Register is connected across gates.
Ground, right? Here input resistance means gate resistance, it is going to ground. So you have to consider as a common gate configuration. Understood? Suppose source is connected to ground here. That is part of the common source configuration. But here source is connected to where here negative voltage. Okay, see the voltage source here. Here minus VSS, it is connected to source through the current source here. Okay, means ground side we are maintaining the negative current. Okay, negative maximum current here. That's why the current connected saturation current means current source means it's a saturation current. So for the source side, almost we are maintaining negative saturation current by using the current source. Okay, but our voltage is what here? That is negative voltage. That is minus VSS. Understood? But when I come for the gate side here, gate terminal it is connected to resistance here. That is gate resistance. After that, it is connected to here ground. Okay, RG is connected to gate and ground. Then you take drain. So drain is connected to where here? Drain terminal and supply voltage. Okay, VDD and drain voltage. Okay, VDD means what here? DC supply, right? Okay, it's a DC supply. But for connecting DC to drain terminal, they are using resistance here. That is RD resistance. Understood? The purpose of writing RD means we are going to control the supply voltage and supply current here. Okay, that is the purpose of writing RD for the supply voltage and drain terminal. Understood? Here we need to apply the KVL for the supply voltage and drain voltage here. From that we'll get drain voltage equation as a plus VDD and minus ID into RD. Okay, apply KVL here in between the drain and VDD here. So drain voltage is what here? VD. The supply voltage is what here? VD. From that apply KVL here, we'll get now plus VDD minus ID into RD. Understood? After that you take overdrive voltage. So what is overdrive voltage here? What is the equation got here? VOE is equal to what here? Huh? What is overdrive voltage equation?
VGS minus VT.
VGS minus VT here. Okay. So VGS you take it outside here, we get VT plus overdrive voltage. Understood? So in earlier equation, what you taken VGS equation here? It is square root of 2 into ID divided by Kn dash into WL ratio. See the model number 1 here. Okay, in model number 1, there is a VGS equation here. Okay, based on the transconduction. See here, this is the equation. Okay, VGS you take it outside. What will get here? The square root of 2 into 80 divided by Kn dash into W ratio. Same thing they have taken here for the model number 2 here. Then you consider gain margin equation, that is output current divided by input voltage, IT divided by VGS. Understood? Then you take drain current equation. Okay, you have to consider drain current equation like mobility of the charge carriers, W ratio, outside capacitance, VGS minus into VGS. Okay, this is the drain current equation. Okay. So this is the basic structure of the amplifier, that is in common gate. Next, we want to take the characterization of the amplifier. Okay, we want to take the characterization. So that is unilateral and non-unilateral. Okay, so when you come for the unilateral means we want to consider the different parameters. Okay, so parameter means what here? We want to take the resistance, capacitance, current, voltage, and gain. Okay, with respect to current and voltage. Understood? So here, when you come for the unilateral means you take this diagram here. This is the complete amplifier circuit here. Understood? So this one is complete diagram for the amplifier here. So this one is the op-amp circuit here. Okay. So op-amp nothing but what here? Operational amplifier. Okay. Or called as a differential amplifier. Understood? So here for the amplifier, they have taken 2 input and 1 output. Okay, means we want to take the difference in input voltage for the amplification. Understood? So that is the meaning of op-amp here. But here you want to take the unilateral and non-unilateral. Okay. First you take parameters. So what are the parameters of the amplifier here? Here we want to find out the total input resistance, that is Ri. After that, we want to find out the total output resistance, then output voltage gain, then input current gain. Okay, then gain margin. Okay, means overall gain. Okay, overall amplifier gain you have to find out here, that is GM. Then come for the next one, non-unilateral here. When you come for the non-unilateral, again same. You want to find out the total input resistance, total output resistance, voltage gain, current gain. But here we want to find out the overall voltage gain. Okay, here what to take in here, there is overall gain margin. But here we want to find out the overall voltage gain. Understood? Then we want to find out the R signal, then RL. Okay. Then we want to find out the again input resistance, total input resistance when RL is infinity, total output resistance when R signal is 0 here. Okay. So unilateral means we want to find out the parameters within the amplifier. So non-unilateral means we want to find out the parameter outside the amplifier. Understood? See this diagram here. So this is the amplifier here. Okay. There is a triangle strip, right? So that is the amplifier, means op-amp. So within the op-amp, what are the parameters here? Okay, you have to consider within the amplifier. Okay, not outside the amplifier here. So we inside the amplifier, they are connected Ri. Okay, Ri means internal input resistance. R0 means internal output resistance. Then voltage source. Okay, here they are connected output voltage source. Okay, that is AV0. Okay, AV0 is equal to what here? V0 divided by VR. Okay, V0 is equal to now. Sorry, AV0 is equal to what here? V0 divided by VR. Okay, this one is the V0 equation. So these are the unilateral parameters. Okay, what to take in parameters within the amplifier, that is unilateral. When you come for the non-unilateral, okay. So here you have to consider the outside the parameters. So what are the outside the parameters here? That is R signal, okay, V signal, then VI, okay, II, then total input resistance for the V1 and VV2 voltage, then RL, then V0, okay, is equal to A into VI minus V reference voltage, then total output resistance. Okay, these are the non-unilateral parameters. Understood? So when you come for the analysis here, when in amplifier here, you have to consider the internal parameters at outside the parameter here. Okay, you have to find out both internal and outside parameters here. Understood? So here they have taken equations here. You have to find out the parameters. You take according to Ohm's law. Okay, you take according to Ohm's law here. First, you find out the input resistance here. For finding out the input resistance, you can take VI divided by II. Okay, VI means what here? Voltage across the input side. Okay, VI stands for what here? Voltage across the input side. Then you take current. Okay, II means current across the input side. Okay, that gives the total input resistance. Understood? Next, we want to find out the input resistance without load. Okay, this one is the load resistance, right? So neglect the load here. Okay, when RL is infinity, okay, means RL is not connected to output voltage, then we can write the equation now. Total input resistance is equal to what here? Rin. Okay, Rin when RL is infinity. Okay, RL infinity means we are not considering the load resistance. Okay, then even for the cell. Okay, when you come for the according to Ohm's law, VI divided by II when RL is infinity. Okay, in exam you have to write here. Okay, without load, with load, you have to write the equation. Understood? You have to write both equation for the input resistance, output resistance, with load and without load. Next, you take voltage gain. Okay, voltage gain means that is V0 divided by VI. Okay, after that we want to find out the open circuit voltage gain. Okay, we want to find out the open circuit voltage gain, that is AV when RL is infinity. Then we want to find out the AV naught. Okay, open circuit voltage gain. Open circuit andre we are not considering the load resistance. Understood? That is V0 divided by VI. Same thing for the current gain. Okay, current gain you take now I0 divided by II. Okay, here the taken short circuit. Okay, short circuit means it's a closed circuit. Okay, and there is a closed circuit means RL is 0. Okay, for the voltage we taken infinity, right? Here you want to consider RL as a 0. Okay, the short circuit input current is now AI. Okay, AI means what here? Output current divided by input current. Next you take short circuit transconduction. Okay, transconduction equation, that is GM. Okay, what is the equation here? Output current divided by input voltage. So you write now I0 divided by VI when RL is 0. Okay, wherever current is there, you consider RL is infinity. So RL is 0. So wherever voltage is there, consider RL as infinity. Same thing, you can write the overall voltage gain GV is equal to V0 by V signal. Okay, this is the complete amplifier gain. Okay, GV stands for what here? Overall voltage gain, that is V0 divided by V signal. V0 means complete or total output voltage. V signal means it's a source voltage. Okay, VI is different, V signal is different. Okay, these are not equal. Remember this one. VI is different, V signal is different. V signal means source voltage. VI means input voltage across the V1 and V2. Okay, for the amplifier there are two voltages, V1 and V2. That is VI. Then open circuit overall voltage gain, that is GV. GV0 is equal to GV when RL is not connected. That means RL is infinity. Okay, same thing you can write the form of voltage gain, that is V0 divided by V signal. Understood? For the next class, we'll go for the derivations. Okay, first you take ideal amplifier. For that, you have to write the equations. Okay, next you start with the different amplifier like common source, common gain, and common gain. Understood? So, is there any doubts you can ask me now? We have last 1 minute now. Okay, we'll stop here now. For the next class, we'll start with the second one. Okay, I will send the notes now. Yes, you can leave the meeting.